It's time to travel to the Carolina shores and experience Outer Banks. So joining us now is Scott Peacock, Director of Tourism Marketing at Visit North Carolina. Scott, how are you? Pumped to be speaking to you this morning.
I'm doing well. It's good to be talking to you guys as well.
Yeah, so you're coming to us from Jeanette's Pier on the Outer Banks. So tell me what's that like?
It's a beautiful day here at Jeanette's Pier. So I'm in Nag's Head, which is right in the middle of the Outer Banks. It's a great central point. And Jeanette's Pier is a special place. Behind me is a bunch of people fishing right now. I've been watching them pull up a great catch all day. They're no doubt going to be cooking that for dinner tonight. And then there's a bunch of surfers, guys and girls, to my left and my right, catching some amazing waves. Normally, their morning session would have been done a couple hours ago, but today has been a great day, and they're still out there catching waves and riding barrels. So it's a great surf culture and surfing area here as well.
Yeah, I love that. Lots to do there, it seems like. So, I also hear that North Carolina has some of the America's best beaches. So whether that's true for, someone that's been there, someone that hasn't yet experienced it, what would you say about the beaches out there?
We're blessed. We have over 320 miles of coastline here in North Carolina, and everything from the Outer Banks up north, where I am now, all the way down through the Crystal Coast, and then getting into the Wilmington area, which is known as Hollywood of the East, and then looking just below that into places like Brunswick Islands, which is a great place to go golfing in the fall. The weather is great. The coastal courses there are beautiful. So we're really blessed to have quite a diverse area of coastline in North Carolina, and every one of these coastal communities has got its own vibe. And so depending on what you're looking for, there's really truly something for everyone.
Yeah. So kind of to add to that, we don't think about beach trips all that often in the fall, or if we do, we're like, will it be warm enough? Will it not? So why would you encourage people to come check out what's going on the coast there in the fall?
Yeah, a couple of things for people to think about when they're coming to North Carolina in the fall. It's one of our most special times to visit. The water temperatures are just as warm as they are in the summer, despite what people might think, before they plan their trip. It's also way less crowded, right? People are back to school, back to work, so you have the place really to yourself in that regard. It's also a lot more affordable, so you can stay longer or maybe stay at a place that you couldn't afford to stay at during the summertime peak travel. It's also our bird migration season, so the coast of North Carolina really comes to life with all these birds that are migrating, south as well. So if you add that into the kite festivals that take place here, some of our pirate festivals that happen throughout the year. Blackbeard the pirate, his coast, his lure is known here really well. His ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, is sunken off of our coast here in North Carolina. And in the town of Beaufort, you can go to a museum and see artifacts literally from his boat. So that's a pretty cool special place as well. And then we have our oyster scene in North Carolina. Our food, it's North Carolina Oyster Month in October. It's a celebration, as we call it. So it's a great time to come and learn more about that culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I love the piece that you said about getting to stay longer because, sometimes we want our vacations to be longer, but there is kind of that financial barrier or just not the ability to get off work as long. So maybe fall is a prime time for people to check out. Now, obviously, when we're looking at booking trips, we're always thinking about what activities are we going to do? What are we going to eat, especially for all those foodies out there? So anything specifically that tops your list?
Yeah, I think a couple of things to think about. Like I mentioned before, North Carolina Oyster Month. Check a look at our seafood. It's also fall harvest season for our chefs. So North Carolina is a great agricultural state, and so even if you're not into seafood, it's probably my favorite time to come eat on the coast because the chefs have all that great bounty that's coming in from the rest of the state to provide them some amazing produce to put out there on the plate with the seafood or without the seafood. It's also a good time because of some of the festivals that take place. The Calabash Seafood Festival, the Ocean Fest in Surf City, Morehead City has the North Carolina Seafood Festival. Those are cool opportunities to come and really see a lot of our coastal cuisine all in one place without having to travel up and down the coast as well. So that's a cool opportunity as well to visit in the fall.
Yeah, I love that people can take advantage of that. And you've talked about this so much already, but exploring the outdoors and being outside while out there is a huge part of the culture and just really taking in the environment. So, what can we do as visitors to the coast to kind of lessen our impact on the outdoors?
Yeah, we've got a program called Outdoor NC, and it's an initiative we did with Leave No Trace, where we partnered with them to encourage people to think more about the footprint that they have when they're visiting places of pristine beauty like we have here in North Carolina. How do you go and experience these places, have a great time, have a great trip, but also do so a little more responsibly, where you're leaving a little bit less of a footprint behind so you could protect it for your kids and your grandkids and generations to come. So that program, Outdoor NC, is really important to us. If people can learn more about that and how they can have a great trip and protect things while they're here by going to outdoornc.com.
Okay, I love that. And yeah, we have to protect our areas, right? So, okay, my final question for you, and this is a little silly, if you will, but Netflix's Outer Banks has taken the world by storm in so many ways. So, is the show true to the actual area, would you say?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of things that you'll see in the show that definitely don't resemble the Outer Banks here, but the true core, the nature and the vibe and the characters and kind of that lifestyle, 100%. We've actually been blessed to have them film a couple of their more recent seasons here in North Carolina, not here in the Outer Banks. They filmed them down in the Wilmington area, but now you're actually starting to see North Carolina portray North Carolina in the show. So it's been a good relationship for us. But I think the overall vibe and the culture 100% speaks to the actual authenticity here in the Outer Banks for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious how genuine that was. So I love that. Now, Scott, people want more information about everything we've talked about as far as visiting the Carolina coast goes. Where can they get more information on all that?
Yeah, everyone should take a look at our new website we developed. It's called don'tsweatitnc.com.
Okay.
Don'tsweatitnc.com. And there you can learn more about all of our coastal towns, find the right one that's a good fit for you and your trip. You can also enter to win our giveaway to the Outer Banks. So you can come and experience it and see for yourself what the Outer Banks is truly all about. And you can
Okay.
also enter to win surprises from our partners at Eno, which is a great outdoor manufacturer based here in North Carolina.
Okay, incredible. Well, Scott, thank you so much for your time. For all our viewers, consider getting out and visiting and exploring the coast in North Carolina Outer Banks. All right, Scott, thank you.